many of you know, since you're on my channel, I'm a type 1 diabetic. So for today, for my video, I decided to do a kind of question and answer kind of video about what type 1 diabetes is and commonly asked questions. Because most of the people who watch my videos aren't diabetic, I thought I'd do something more appealing to you guys, even though, sorry, I haven't posted in a while. So I'm going to just look up some commonly asked diabetic questions, and whatever comes to my mind, I'll say that first, and that will be my video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys learned something from this. Type 1 and type 2 diabetes are like entirely different. So the only thing that they do is like we fix the problem in the same way. So I'll try to explain this. I don't 100% know all the medical terms and stuff like that. But so type 1 diabetes, basically you get it, you didn't do anything wrong, you didn't eat carbs too much, you're not fat. In fact, most people that get type 1 diabetes are little kids. For example, I got it when I was 3, and I was not obese or anything like that, and most of the people that I know got it like around ages 1 to 5. I know some people that got it in their teen years, but type 1 diabetes is actually known as also juvenile diabetes, and the reason is because it's mostly developed as children or juveniles. So type 1 diabetes, you did nothing wrong at all. 2 diabetes, on the other hand, so basically it's either like an eating habits that you need to fix, it's heredity, like you inherit it, or other factors. So the most common is because people are usually overweight or have bad eating habits, like eating too much carb, not exercising, things like that. So that is more like an outside force kind of disease. So because of that, most people that hear that I have type 1 diabetes automatically think, oh, she ate too many sweets, she ate too many carbs, she was fat. But fun fact, when I was like little, I was like really abnormally skinny, and part of it was because when I was diabetic as a kid, like my blood sugar was so high before my parents knew I had diabetes, which is common. So I wasn't eating as much, which kind of affected how skinny I was. So that was kind of ironic that I was like really weirdly kind of skinny, but people thought, you know, I'm diabetic, so I must be big. Okay, so anyway, so type 2 diabetes is either eating habit, or it can be like inheritance, part of it too can influence, or other things. So type 1 and type 2 diabetes, they're acquired in 2 totally completely different ways, but they both are treated similarly with insulin, shots, testing your blood sugar, and make sure that it's good. So type 2 diabetics, they can technically kind of get rid of their diabetes, I guess, if you maintain the blood sugar really well. It kind of just goes away over time. But type 1 diabetics, no matter how well your diabetes is, no matter how good your blood sugar is, type 1 diabetes will never go away. Also, fun fact, there's actually a type 3 diabetes, which affects like pregnant women just the months they're pregnant, which is kind of odd. My aunt actually had it. I don't know that much about it, but there is a type 3 diabetes. So if you're interested, you can go look that up, I guess. So second question is, how do you get type 1 diabetes? So basically type 1 diabetes is when your pancreas stops working. So I kind of talked about how type 1 didn't do anything. So it's just naturally your pancreas. So there's a lot of theories about why your pancreas stops working. And so doctors have not figured out the actual thing yet. But one theory that my dad and I kind of share, well, mostly he kind of told me, and I agree, I guess. So basically what he thinks is, so as you know, when we're kids, we, like babies, we have to get a lot of shots to make sure we're immunized. I can't figure out what it is. But anyway, to make sure that you're safe. And what he thinks, and kind of he read up about it, was that some people believe that because we get so many shots, some of us will react differently, like a very small percentage, and you need those shots to stay alive. but because just a small percentage of us might be affected by it, that might be because of what it is, and you can't figure out which one it is because we just get so many more babies because you need all of those. But if you don't get the shots, then you're like, you're doomed. So that's one theory that I have to share, but there are so many more out there, and really I don't know what it is still, but that's just one theory I hang on to. So basically what type 1, how you get it, is just because your pancreas stops working, and doctors have not figured out why yet, and because of that there has not been a cure. But I'm hopeful. Commonly asked question that I'll be talking about is the question, can you eat that? Or can you eat sweets? So I've heard this question many times, maybe not in that form, but more like, are you allowed to? Are you sure? Aren't you diabetic? Things like that. But diabetics, type 1, can eat anything we want. I actually think I eat more sweets than anyone, which isn't a good thing, and I don't like it because my blood sugar usually goes low, so then I have to eat something sweet such as sugar tablets to get it up. So yes, diabetics can eat sweets. I eat cookies and cake and everything, and it's all good. How do you know you have it? So some things are like increased thirst. So for example, when I'm high, I'm super thirsty. Not the other high, the diabetic high. So because when people aren't diagnosed yet, they don't know that they're diabetic, so their blood sugar shoots up because they're not correcting it or anything, so they become increasingly thirsty. This doesn't mean like after you go for a run and you're thirsty or something. It's like so much that you can't stop because of dry mouth. You need to urinate often, like all the time, which is kind of a snowball effect of that. So weight loss, even if you're like eating and hungry. Weak, tired feeling, blurred vision. So yeah, I'm actually looking at this because I can't remember them, but now that I see it, so when my blood sugar is low or high, my eyesight gets really blurry, so it's hard to concentrate in class. So maintaining my diabetic blood sugars are very important. So a good blood sugar range is around, like for me, 80 to 150, 180. Around the 200s and up, it's really high. Well, more like 300 up, it's really high. 200s, kind of okay. If it's below 70, you're pretty low and you need to eat something. So around one thing that has helped me so much over the last year and has gotten my blood sugar so much better is Dexcom, which is nice, and it keeps track of my blood sugar all the time, and I'm able to look at my blood sugar either on the phone or this little device, which is out of battery because I mostly use my phone, but it's like almost 100% accurate all the time, right? So I can always see what my blood sugar is like up and down and things like that, and I can correct it as necessary. What is it like having diabetes? So diabetes is not fun. It's so much work. I'm always kind of stressing in the back of my mind, like, oh, if something happens, oh, if I go for a run and then I don't have my juice and tablets necessary, I could faint out there. Nothing serious has really happened. I've been to the hospital twice for my diabetes. Once when I was diagnosed, well actually 3 times. I think once when I was like 6 and one more time, not super serious, and one when I was like 7 or 8. But since then I haven't. So diabetes is not fun. It's a lot of hard work, but I appreciate what it has given me because I'm able to help and spread awareness with other people. In the end, it's pretty stressful, but it has made me a more independent and stronger person, which I appreciate, and I can't wait to see a cure one day, hopefully soon. And so I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. Come back next time, and any of you, few people that are watching this, please leave a comment if you have any suggestions on what I should videotape, because I really don't know. So thanks for watching again.